welcome to the Sports Perspective TV viewers and subscribers. As always, thank you for tuning in. And if this is your first time coming across the channel, or you haven't subscribed to the channel as yet, but you like the content that we're putting out, definitely hit that subscribe button. So, I'm going to be reviewing the West Indies warm-up match so far. It started today. So I'm going to be going over the scores in the match. There were quite a few brilliant performances by West Indian batsmen, as you can tell from the thumbnail. So going to be sharing the details of that, right? So starting, so West Indies batting first. They scored 339. They were bowled out for 339 in 72 overs, right? Leading the way for the West Indies was Hodge. He scored a century, a brilliant century by him. And there are a few other batsmen that scored half centuries as well, right? But it definitely didn't start out well for the West Indies. They lost two early wickets, right? So they lost both Captain Craig Brathwaite and Zachary McCaskey, who opened with Brathwaite in this one. In the warm-up match, they definitely want to give all the batsmen an opportunity to bat. So Zachary McCaskey was the person that opened alongside Craig Brathwaite, and both of them got out pretty cheaply. Brathwaite only making 4 and McCaskey making 2, right? So West Indies were 10 for 2 early out, but then it was a brilliant partnership between Kirk McKenzie and Mikhail Louis, both of whom scored half centuries, so Mikhail Louis, he made 50, he got out for 50, even 50. And Kirk McKenzie, he made 73 actually. So he made 73 off 85 balls, and Mikhail Louis made 50 off 63 balls. And they put on, 100, over 100-run partnership to take the West Indies out of a bit of bother early in their innings, right? Then came Alec Athenias, Athenias, who even me myself, did, I wouldn't say criticize him, but did speak about his lack of form in recent times. And I did mention that he needed to score some runs in this England series, and he got his England series off to a good start. In this warm-up match, he scored 74 off 105 balls. So definitely good batting by Athenias there as well, to get a half century in this match. Would have loved if either him or McKenzie would have gone on to score a century. But, nevertheless, you can't complain about them scoring in their 70s, So brilliant batting by both McKenzie, by all the batters that got half centuries, right? And they were the main scorers in the match, right? So Mikhail Louis scoring 50, Kirk McKenzie 73, Alec Athenias 74. But leading the way for the West Indies, the talk of the innings was Hodge, right? He scored a brilliant century. He scored 112 off 128 balls, right? So him and Athenias had a good partnership as well, right? It was actually him and Athenias had a brilliant partnership, but Hodge, he stood up with the bat and showed his class, continuing on his good form from the Australia series, right? He did stand up and bat in that Australia series as well, in at least, in a few of the innings, and he did that here as well. But not only did he score runs, he scored them at a pretty brisk pace, right? 112 from 128 balls, that's pretty fast for a 4-day match. So a huge shout out to Hodge. He showing form in the warm-up match, and definitely hoping that he can replicate that, going into the test series once the test series begins, right? Going over the rest of the scorecard, so Hodge, got 112. Jason Holder, he only made 4 from 19. Joshua Da Silva as well, he got out for 2 from 5 balls. Kevin Imlach, he made 4 from 14. Kevin Sinclair made 1 from 3, and Alzarri Joseph was left not out, right? So those were the scores for the West Indian batters in this match. A bit disappointing that even a Jason Holder, none of the other batsmen really contributed too much, right? So definitely would have expected or wanted Jason Holder to score some runs, you know, considering the fact that I think he personally I view Jason Holder as the person that replaced Justin Greaves in this lineup, right? And he just in that Australia series, Justin Greaves batted at number 6, right? So in my opinion, I was even thinking of Jason Holder possibly batting at number 6 in this West Indies lineup. You know, definitely have to wait and see if that happens. But so I was expecting him to do a bit better with the bat, you know, considering the fact that he scored a century in the English Championship while he was there. Kevin Sinclair, likewise, you know, a lot of talk has been made about Kevin Sinclair's batting, you know, rightfully so. You know, he did score a half century in his first test match and scored a lot of runs in the West Indies Championship as well. So it's right, like I said, rightfully so, that we're expecting a lot from Kevin Sinclair with the bat. You know, even some people would even say more than we're expecting from him with the ball, even though he started out as a bowler. But you know, so it was a bit disappointing that Kevin Sinclair didn't score more runs today. He batted at number 10 in this match, right? Tevin Imlach as well, you know, he also scored a lot of runs in the championship, but you know, unfortunately, he was only able to score 4 runs in this match. You know, would have loved if they had if they scored some more runs, you know, put more runs on the board, but you know, not only putting more runs on the board for the team, but spend some more time out in the middle getting accustomed to English conditions, you know, and getting themselves into some form, you know, or some good form pretty much, right? Because that's the purpose of practice matches, to get out there, get in the middle, you know, spend some time in the middle, you know, score some runs, you know, boosting your confidence as you go into the test series. We'll definitely be coming up against stronger opponents, right? Better bowlers, better batters, but the purpose of the warm-up match is to spend as much time as you can in the middle and scoring as much runs as you can. So a bit disappointing that it was really only those 4 batsmen, you know, Louis, Mackenzie, Athenaeus, and Kavim Hodge that really, they were the only batsmen that got into double figures, really, right? And they got their start and they made the most of their start, you know. So it's looking good. Brathwaite, the captain, yeah, would have wanted him to score some more runs, but you know, we'll see how the remainder of this match goes if they get an opportunity to bat again, and then obviously going into that first test match, what Craig Brathwaite does in his innings. You know, he coming into this match, you know, he was the top scorer at, yeah, he was, I think, no, Louis was the top scorer, but Craig Brathwaite was right up there in terms of runs scored in the West Indies Championship as well. So, you know, I expected more from him in this innings, but again, hopefully they get a chance to bat again, and Brathwaite and the other batsmen who didn't score much can get a good innings under their belt heading into the first test match, right? But so far it looks good. The first class cricket 11 in reply, they are 15 without loss. I do think the West Indies should have at least had a wicket though. Alzarri Joseph had a very good LBW show that the umpire didn't give out. It looked out in my opinion, but I'm not the umpire, right? But so far so good for the West Indies team. In their warm up match, you know, hoping that the bowlers can come out tomorrow and put on a good performance as well, and so the batters can go back in and get some more time in the middle and make some more runs, right? But that's all I have for you in this video, viewers and subscribers. You know, as always, thank you for tuning in. You know, do remember to like the video, comment on the video, and definitely subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so as yet. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video.